When I was still back home in South Africa, my father taught me something. He taught me that as a man, if you want something, you have to earn it. And to earn it, you have to fight for it. And he also told me that once you earn something, to keep it, you must also fight for it. So when I woke up today and checked on my phone, I saw two very important messages. One of them from the coach telling me that he was definitely not happy with my performances. But then at the same time, he did give me the chance to defend my spot in the first team against Alexander Johansson. 3 games to prove that I belong in the first team. And my agent sent me a contract from Umbro. He said that it's a huge offer for a player of my caliber. But I did tell him that I would think about the contract before I signed it. But I did try them on for 1 game to test their comfort. But now we get back to business. It's me and Johansson. I have 1 goal contribution. He has 0 so far, so keep those stats in mind. But also don't over rely on the stats to decide who's going to be the one to start the rest of our season. I was told that by the coach. He told me that it's not always about the stats of goals or assists. It's also about positioning and how they contribute to the team, even if we don't get assists or goals. He also started me for the first game of this 3-game battle since it was my position that was under fire. I earned the first team position during preseason, but Alexander is the one attacking it, so I have to be the one to start the first game. But he also said that depending on my performance, I could either come off the bench for the second game or start that one as well. With that said, I had a pretty rough start to the game. I had a very awkward performance for the first part of this first half. I was not really feeling myself. I struggled to get into rhythm. But around the 40th minute, Keegan did shout at me. He told me to snap out of it, and that's exactly what I did. I put my head back into the game, and I was able to get myself an all-important goal just before halftime. Not only that, just 5 minutes later, I was able to orchestrate an attack where Diogo da Silva did hit the post from my cross, but Sherlock was there to pick up the leftovers. Despite not getting assist on that, I know for sure that the coach noticed my effect and my impact on that play. And heading out into the second half, I was feeling really good. I was finally finding my rhythm in the game. I was feeling more confident. And you could see by the way I was playing, I was taking more risks, being more adventurous here. Like here when I went on a really special run, but unfortunately I did ruin it by failing to finish from long range. But not long after that, I got the opportunity to redeem myself. Keegan won the ball in the defensive wings, and I took his position for a bit, running down the wings, beating the opposing team's right back and pushing the ball forward, trying to keep this counter-attack going. I gave it to Keegan, he gave it to Diogo, and Diogo took care of the rest. And to be honest, that was a very nice goal. But then straight after that second goal, the coach decided to sub me off, put Johansson on, give him his opportunity, and I'll be honest, he had a pretty good performance. He was definitely helping the team out in attack more often, being able to get himself an assist in the 65th minute. I am happy that the team is winning the game and he's helping us win the game, but I'm also a bit concerned because as he grabs his second assist, then it goes through my mind that, well, damn, okay, he could actually take my spot if I'm not careful here. I actually have to turn up in the next game, but the game does end in our favor. Sherlock gets himself a brace as we walk out of here with 5 goals and 3 points. The coach did call Johansson and I into his office for a bit of a discussion about the game, and he told us that we both had a very good performance, but he also told us that Johansson would be the one starting in the next game. It's disappointing to hear, but credit where it's due, Johansson did have a good performance, so he did deserve to get the start. But then with other business, specifically shoe business, I did like the Umbros, but I wanted to try on the Pumas because Keegan is sponsored by Puma and he was able to get me a pair to try out for free. To be honest, I always wondered how Keegan was able to get himself a sponsorship with Puma, considering that he's in the 3rd division of Germany, but I never put much thought into it. But I don't have much time to think about that right now. It is currently 0-0 and I have a job to do here. I've been put on for a reason, to be a game changer, to show the coach that I deserve that spot, but things didn't get off on the right foot for us, as not long after I was subbed on, we ended up conceding the first goal of the game. But I kept my head up and kept playing football, and I also saw that some of my teammates had their heads down. They were very demoralized, so in an effort to raise morale, I tried to go for something saucy. I Our first attempt at goal did not go so well, but sure enough, eventually we'd get ourselves another opportunity in the most unlikely of ways. Thanks to a Diogo screen, I was able to get myself a goal and bring this back into an even affair. And then the 90th minute came in, and to be honest, this was pretty crazy. It's almost like Keegan, Diogo and I had telepathy, because this was just the perfect way to expose the defense and score the game-winning goal to grab us the 3 points. But I think the assignment definitely got the better of Keegan, as he did something a bit disrespectful, dropping the gritty on the away fans. But I don't really blame him, because it's pretty rare to have a game end like that. This time I got the man of the match. Johansson and I were called into the office once more, and this time the coach said that I had a better performance, I had a bigger impact, and he was very happy with how I connected with Keegan and Diogo for that crazy ending. And now it was time for the third and final game in this position battle against Ingolstadt. Alexander is starting this game, but make no mistake, I'm definitely ahead when it comes to the stats, and I'm definitely ahead from the sounds of things when it comes to overall performance. And heading into this last game, I switched up my shoes again, this time thanks to Diogo da Silva, as he recently got a sponsorship with Mizuno Moreira, and he told me that I should try them on to see if I like them and see if they maybe give me a sponsorship deal as well. But I do have to clarify that I don't plan on wearing any other company's shoes in the long term. I was just testing out these various companies. I do plan on signing that Umbro contract, but I'll do it at the end of this game. I am subbed on in the 20th minute here. It is currently 1-0, so it's a much better performance from Johansson than the last time. But right now, that is not a huge concern. I just gotta do my best, I just gotta perform, and that's exactly what I do here, by doing what Diogo and I have been practicing in the training ground, and it does come off this time. Although other times in the training ground it didn't come off 100% of the time, but it's good to see it come off at that time to give us this 2-0 lead. And heading into the end of the game, we were definitely keeping our foot on the throttle, but we were not able to get that final goal, that third goal, or should I say I was not able to get my final goal involvement. But I wasn't stressing either way. It was still a good, solid performance here against Ingolstadt with the 2-goal victory. And with Diogo once again being the man on form, grabbing himself a brace. If he doesn't win Player of the Month by the end of this month, then I don't know what else he has to do. But at least on my side, I've done my part, I've put in the good work, I've shown the coach that I deserve that first team spot, and the coach has obviously seen these performances, so he's given me that first team spot. But yeah, this run definitely was not easy. I definitely need something to, relax myself, relieve myself, and my favorite way of doing that is watching this video right here.